This is Andy Perrault for Boxing Social in association with Betfred, and for a second day in a row, I'm delighted to be joined by Francis Warren. Francis, how are you?
Good, thank you, mate. How are you?
I'm all good, thank you. Obviously, it's good to see you doing well. How are you finding Leeds?
Love it, love it, love it. Just can't wait for Saturday. You know, I think like everyone, this card's just, it's huge anticipation for this card. The main event is the main event. We spoke a lot about it yesterday, but the two chief support fights on the card. I don't know why I'm trying to be a bit quiet, because interviews there. The two chief support cards in here would be, would headline, could headline, shows on their own, and it's a testament to the talent that we've got available to us in this country, that you've got 6 title fights, 6 British guys, all from different parts of the country. Go through it. You've got Leeds, Sheffield, Manchester, Leicester, Birmingham, Liverpool. It's good, isn't it? All over the country. Good.
You talked to me then about trying to work out who was going to be the chief support. Obviously, you've got Woodstock versus Barrett, and then you've got Metcalfe versus Wellborn. 2 very good fights for Commonwealth titles. How did you come to the conclusion to put Barrett fight ahead of the Wellborn fight?
Good question. I think it probably comes down to the fact that we promote both Zelfa and Leon, and also I just think it's public demand over the last couple of years for this fight has been quite high. So therefore it deserves chief support status. It's not to say that Jason against JJ is anything short of a brilliant fight. But it is, it's just down to the fact that this fight between Leon and Zelfa has been talked about for a long, long time, and finally it's here. So we wanted to make sure it got as much airtime as possible.
Talk about that fight first. Then, what are you expecting from both of these? I don't really want to say prospects because they've been around for a while now. But what are you expecting from both fighters?
They've had nearly 40 fights between the two of them, so they're definitely not prospects. Leon's as he said in the press conference, he said 3 or 4 title fights now, and against seasoned pros. He got beat by Archie Sharp fair and square on the night, and Leon says it's a blip. Obviously, I don't agree with him. I think Archie was just better than him on the night, but he's made some changes to not his trainer, but he's said he's not going out for a row anymore. He said he liked fighting too much, and now he's boxing. And Zelfa just got in a tear up with Ronnie Clark, and he just got clipped, and it just didn't go his way. And Zelfa needs to recognise that he is a different level to the likes of Ronnie Clark. No disrespect to Ronnie, but Zelfa's Barrett's class. And both of these guys are capable of going on and winning world titles, and they need to, to go and show that. The first step to show that is on Saturday night.
Where does the winner and where does the loser go on the back of this fight? Well, knowing that both obviously have a defeat on the record.
Doesn't matter. Obviously it matters who wins and loses, but what I'm saying is it's nowhere near the end of the world for the guy who gets beat. 2 losses on your record, and one of those losses being against either the guy on Saturday night. It's ludicrous to even suggest that there's that it's curtains for anybody on Saturday night. The winner is in a massively fantastic, massive. He's in a great position to go forward and fast track themselves to probably the next step, be British title. As I said, you've got Archie Sharp and Jordan McCorry fighting on July 13th. Sam Bowen and Anthony Kakachi fighting in August. So, winners fight the winners. Guys who don't come out on top fight each other, and then they're back. Then they're back in the mix. It's an interesting time for this division. It's good fun.
JJ Metcalfe versus Jason Wellborn as well. Jason's obviously operated at a higher level to JJ so far in his professional career. What are you expecting from both guys on Saturday night?
I think it's going to be a bit of a war, this one. I don't see it going more than 6 rounds, to be honest. I think that JJ's durable, that. He's super talented, very durable. Stopping guys in the 12th round, as he did last June, for the WBC International Silver title. You've got to be fit. You've got to be, battle hardened to be in there and still looking for a knockout in the 12th round. We know what Jason Wellborn's about. Heart on his sleeve, comes forward. He can box, but more, first and foremost, he's a fighter. And I think this is going to be a really interesting fight. I think it'll be a bit of a war, this one.
In Jason's case, he's mentioned that if he's victorious, he feels that the next step for him is to try and find eliminators for world titles once again. Do you think that he's capable of reaching that level again?
Jason, well, he didn't disgrace himself, did he, against Jarrett Hurd? He just isn't. He wasn't at that level then. You don't know, do you? Guys can have second, third leases of life in their boxing careers. You know, who would have thought 2 years ago he would have been getting world title fights? So fair play to him for still wanting that. You know, he's not just had one world title fight, decent payday, and just said, "Oh, that'll do." He wants another one and another one. He wants another crack at it. And every fighter who goes, you know, he's a full-time fighter and goes to the gym every day and trains their arse off and cuts weight and all the rest of it. Why, if they don't believe they can win a world title, why bother? That's got to be the ultimate dream. Whether you're just starting out, you're halfway through, or you're just 2 fights from the end.
Now, obviously, you've got the likes of Cody Davis, Lyndon Arthur, Shaquille Thompson, etc. all on the undercard. Just talked about those guys and the rest of the undercard.
We got Jack Bateson to start off with. That guy, you know, it's like 50 grand's worth of tickets. We like Jack. No, listen, he's a top fighter. He's 9-0. We've known him for quite a while actually, Jack. He fights on most of the time fights on his dad's dinner shows, which obviously you can understand. They're probably doing very well out of them selling that amount of tickets, but. You know, he's a featherweight as well, so he's probably looking at Josh thinking, that'll be me in a couple of years, and he's definitely got the talent to get to that stage as well. So that's an interesting one. Lyndon Arthur, brilliant. Just he's been very patient, gone about his business very in the right way, and this will be his last non-title fight. He'll have a title fight in September, 1,000,000%. New signings: Cody Davis, Shaquille Thompson, Shaq, and an odd debut for us at Wembley. The referee jumped in for no good reason, to be honest. So you know, I think this is sort of take 2 of his debut for us, and it'd be good to see him back in. And Cody, new signing, looks the part, trains his arse off, works hard, and just looking forward to seeing what he can do.
And finally, yesterday I tried to push you on the Deontay Wilder-Tyson Fury rematch, and you was very coy on giving an answer. Since then, Boxing Social's Rob Tebbett has interviewed Frank out in Las Vegas, and Frank said no terms have been agreed for that rematch.
There's your answer.
Anything you want to add to it?
There's your answer. There's your answer.
All right, Francis, once again, thank you for speaking to Boxing Social.
Thanks, mate. Top man.